Come on, you stinky snake. You're gonna get it. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, let me take you back a bit and show you. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of the Tirannwn. Whoa. No, not that far back. Fast forwarded a bit. Here it is, guys. First time we're entering Prifddinas. This is gonna be at... Whoa, no, spoilers. No. You know what? Forget it. Let's take it back to where we left off. So I've decided it's time to make the swap. Check out the prices between these iron arrows and bronze bolts. So for the past however long it's been, we've been using the willow shortbow and iron arrows. Now I've decided, since I've gotten this mithril kite shield, I do want to free up inventory space, so it's best to swap over to the bronze crossbow and the bronze bolts. Bronze bolts are 1 coin each, so they stay a lot cheaper and they don't change in price as you purchase them from the shop. The max hit on both of the weapons is the exact same, and yeah, the range strength's a little different, but all round, I think the swap's definitely worth it, and it's going to save me a lot of money in the long run. What a wonderful way to kick off episode 8 of the TirannwnOnly Ultimate Ironman. I'll take that fishing XP, thank you. I'm pretty sure that bumps us up to, level 20 fishing. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob the Cat. I think that now leaves us at 5 more random events until we can start our fishing grind. We'll finish off this kill as well, and looks gorgeous. Starting this video off properly, give me that money. Welcome to the first installment of Thinking Time at the Raking Patch. So, what's on our minds at the moment? Well, we just got the bronze crossbow, we've been killing a few elf warriors, but since we hit 43 prayer, why not mix it up a bit? Let's go try something new. So, one of the biggest benefits of unlocking Lita back in episode 4 was access to the general store, the spade here, and the elf teleport crystals. So, these crystals and the spade allow us to access the other half of the underground pass, everything past the goblin cages like the ogres. So I guess now that we have it, and now that we have level 43 prayer, it's time to set off and see what we can do. So we're nearing level 50 defense, I figured let's whip out the halberd. It's pretty AFKable down here, and the defense XP, or just the combat XP in general, isn't too bad. I have protect from melee, so I can just click an ogre and I can leave it for a bit. It actually feels quite nice. And here it is, our first big bone. Oh man, buried 15 prayer XP, feels good. Feels so lovely, and it's such a nice change of pace from 4.5 XP per bone from the stupid rabbits. Man, feels so nice. Even with the bronze crossbow, like, we're getting about 8k range XP an hour, but we are going for level 60 range at the moment. Actually, more like 70 for the crystal bow. And the prayer experience isn't a whole lot different to wizards at the moment. So although these guys are going to prove useful down the line, especially with the abundance of big bones, I think it's time to switch it up a bit. But before we do, I'll take that level 56 range. Touching the stone, that's our first maze random complete. What do we get? Hang on, what? Oh, 400 chaos runes, man. Ooh, looks sweet. Free mage experience if I ever did see. Man, it's been a while since we've been down here. We were refreshy last time we were here, safe spotting these bad boys around the skeletons. But now, it's so much easier, and the experience is actually pretty decent. Plus, that drop right there is what we're after. Fishing bait. From my calculations, we're going to need about 20,000 of these bad boys to go from level 25 to level 76 fishing. It's going to be a bit of a drag, but honestly, it's a common drop, so it might not take too long. I didn't realize the level of herbs that these guys drop, but let me just polish off that guam, and bam, level 4 Herblore. Something I honestly did not expect to get down here, but you know what? I'll take it any day of the week. Damn, just hit the rare drop table for the first time on these guys with that sapphire. It was one of the lower rolls, so not too disappointed, but could have been something big. So I wasn't actually aware until I checked it just now because I kept getting them. But these Eye of Newts are a very rare drop from zombies. Now for each Eye of Newt and each Guam leaf, that's 25 Herblore experience per attack potion. So this is honestly the new meta I think I've discovered for training my Herblore. I knew I was going to need level 36 anyway for prayer potions for Zora, but I wasn't quite sure how I'd get there apart from cleaning herbs. So I think we are going to have to sacrifice the smithing experience from the ores here in favour of the Herblore experience. So I do think I've finally uncovered a new way to train Herblore in this account. The biggest issue that stands in my way now is trying to figure out how to get a vial. So I know there's a water source in the middle of Lita, but a vial is a whole different issue. I can either wait and get 33 crafting to make one, but I'm running pretty tight for invent space at the moment and I really don't want to drop these Eye of Newts. My only other thought is I could wait for the Jekyll and Hyde random event and hope for the best, but with my random event RNG, man, I don't know when that could be. So we'll stay here a little longer, see what other drops we can get, and then we'll head back to Lita and try and figure it all out. So we just hop on worlds, we're going to cash in the last of our runes that we had left over from wizards earlier, and just see what kind of money we can make. I also low-alked the Addy plate legs and the steel plate body just to make some invent room, as I didn't really see a use for the steel plate body, and I know I can get a rune chain down the line. It was a bit of a sacrifice, but one I was willing to make. And in terms of the Addy plate legs, they're a rare drop from a Tyras guard, so can always get them back if I need it. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled program. So, what's on my mind at the moment? Well, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out how to get a vial. So, there's a water source over there that I'm pretty sure I can fill them up at, but I need a vial somehow. Now, I can go and craft them, but that involves clearing up the invent space and running around backwards and forwards doing charter ships. Not really a fan of that at the moment. I can wait for the Jekyll and Hyde random event, or I've just had an idea. I am a genius, and you're not going to believe it. I can buy plant cure from this lady right here. Now, I should just be able to click through and, yeah, there we go. Now we got ourselves a bottle. Oh, man, I am a genius. I am so excited to have this. Yeah, I just empty it. There we go. We got ourselves a vial. Now, we'll just click through this menu a few times. We'll grab ourselves a few extra ones. Jesus, this was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I was stressing out because down the line as well, I'm going to need vials for Zora and for prayer pots and for other Herblore, and I was worried I was going to have to make them every time. If I can just come here and buy a few, that makes it so much easier. So here we are, got a genius idea. Let's fill these bad boys up. Excuse me? I can't, what? I'm likely to not get it back. Oh no. Okay, hang on, new idea. Let's drop the tinderbox real quick. Can we go to the general store? Ooh, bucket, okay. Can we get a bucket? Can we run over to the well? Can we fill up the bucket and then tip the bucket into the vial? That might be how you have to do it. No. Ah, shit. I don't know if there's another water source within Tirannwn. Oh no. Hang on, okay, we'll check upstairs in the kitchen. Maybe there's a sink. Nope. When I originally theory crafted for this account, this water source was meant to be it. I wasn't meant to have any more issues apart from this, but now that I've realized I can't fill vials up from it, prayer potions might not even be viable for Zora, and I don't know how I'm going to manage without that. So, I travelled through the rest of the underground pass. I travelled through all of Tirannwn. I tried the witch's house, even the cauldron there, nothing. I went to the dwarves, had a meal, scoped around, nothing. I went to the very beginning of the underground pass, nothing. So what other options did I have? Well, I went to the elven camp, had a bit of a look around, had a bit of a dig, nothing. Went to the Tyras camp, nope, still nothing. Even Zalandra, nothing. So I was running out of options fast, and I was only able to hold on to the little things, like, bam, level 4 farming. So I never really had a solid plan for training Herblore within Tirannwn. I always knew I needed it, but I wasn't exactly sure how I'd go about it. Once I discovered these Eye of Newts and the constant herb drops from zombies, I thought I was onto something. And then I was let down by the fact that I wasn't able to get vials of water. So it took me back to the drawing board, and I kind of projected how I was going to train Herblore if I could get to vials of water. The initial grind is going to be the hardest, as it's going to be heavily reliant on Eye of Newts and the Guam leaf drops. But on my way there, I'm going to start hoarding as many Ranars and as many Harrowlanders as I can, because once I hit level 22 Herblore, I can use the red spider eggs from the spiders north in Arendar to then turn those into restore potions. After that, I only need about 300 or so, and I should be able to tick over to level 36, in which I can start to create prayer potions. Now, prayer potions won't be viable with the Ranars until I can start catching eclectics for the Snapegrass. But until then, I can also use the Whiteberry drop within Tirannwn and create some defense potions. So in terms of secondaries within Tirannwn, I have some half decent options, and Herblore isn't going to be the hardest thing in the world to train. It's just going to be grindy, you know, as per usual. But my main solution that I've come up with for vials of water is my house teleport, or my player-owned house. At level 7 construction, I can build a pump and drain out of a few steel bars with a saw and a hammer. But in order to do this, I need to make the exception to leave Tirannwn in order to get a player-owned house and to buy a saw. So once I do this, there's no going back, and I told you guys, with any exception I make for this account, I will always ask you. So I did. I asked all of you guys over on the YouTube community posts, and the responses were fantastic. I understand all of the comments for, I understand all of the comments against, 100%, but due to the overwhelming yes votes in the poll, I've decided to make the exception. Now, training construction is going to be a whole different game, and I'll explain that more in the next video once I start to get to it, but I need to start getting the requirements so I can actually teleport to the house and start training. I am thankful for you guys for allowing this exception, and honestly, without it, I wouldn't be able to train Herblore, and honestly, I think I'm going to need a construction requirement to get to Prifddinas anyway. So I feel like this was going to happen at one stage or another. I'm just rather get it out of the way early and start the grind. Plus, the grind means more content for you guys, so it's kind of a win-win situation for us both. So here we are, back again, regularly scheduled program, as you expect. Whilst that poll's going at the moment, I figure I might as well go back to zombies, keep training my range to level 60 like intended, and we'll just keep going at it, try and save some herb drops, and start building up our resources for Herblore. I think it was a sign to come back here. That is the first Will Smith I have seen in over a week. My god, guys, get ready for this. Monumental. This is going to be level 2 hunter with this lamp. Thank god. Yes, please. Bam! Level 2 hunter. I'd like to thank the academy. I'd like to thank my mum, my family, all my viewers for all the support. I love you guys. Thank you. It's taken just a little while, but bam, 60 range is complete. 10 levels to go until we can wield the crystal bow. Red D-hide, dark bows, man, super useful for this account, 100%. But while we're here, this little notification, this broadcast just popped up. Go vote for Song of the Elves. Guys, please, it's the future of this account, it's the future of the game. Please go and vote in this poll. Feel free to vote however you want, I'm not going to press you, but man, it would mean the world to me if you could go and just vote yes for the quest and yes for Prifddinas. In terms of the specifics, that's up to you guys. Whatever is healthy and beneficial for the game, go for it. But just go and vote yes. It would mean the world to me. We're also going to whip the halberd out real quick. We'll stay here for a little while longer and we're going to finish off our 50 defense that we tried to earlier. So I did just miss the clip for level 50 defense, but that doesn't matter because bam, we just got ourselves a new skill book, and if we whack that on Hunter right now, oh, look at that juicy experience, all the difference that level 2 makes. It just gets that little bit easier from here on out. So we're back out here at Wizards, and we're going to try and get enough runes to hit level 40 magic so we can start teleporting to player-owned house, which means we can start training construction. That's right, you guessed it. So we're going to try and get as many body runes, earth runes, water runes as we can. Probably just start casting Confuse on other people and splashing, just for now. And then we'll use these excess chaos runes that we got from the maze random to try and get some mad loot drops from Tyras guards. So whilst we train our range level up here, we also gained a prayer level, level 44. So that also feels pretty damn good. This is going to be such a big grind, but honestly, it's going to be so worth it. So we're going to buckle in, we're going to put our heads down, and we're going to get started on it for the next episode. Now, before we round out the video, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is the Song of the Elf quest requirements that were released earlier today. Now, I only just saw these and I thought I'd whack it into the end of the video. I will make a video next week, it'll probably be next week's episode in fact, about how I'm going to complete each one of these skill requirements and how we're going to approach this quest. I'm very relieved to finally have these requirements out and to know where I have to take the account and in what direction I have to be going. However, when I first read them, I was done. I could barely handle it and I thought I should maybe give up the account. It looked ridiculous. But as I've been thinking about it throughout the day, I've been piecing this video together, I think it's very much possible. It's going to take a while, but we can get it done easily by the end of the year, but I want to try and get it done before Song of the Elves comes out and before Prifddinas is released. By far, the hardest skills to level will be Hunter, Smithing, and Farming. All of these are just time consuming. Smithing more so because I don't have the resources, Farming because I only have a single farming patch, and Hunter because I have to wait for the lamps to come to me and the skill books to come so I can actually hit level 27 Hunter and start farming it out. So it's all going to take some time, but I do think it's possible, and I will address it next week. So I'm sure you guys have lots of questions, but hold on. I'm going to be exploring all of Tirannwn, I'm going to go find some new training methods, and I'm going to do a lot of theory crafting over the next week to try and give you guys the best answers I can and how we're going to approach this. Back in my community post about polling the player-owned house, I teased an announcement. That announcement is that I handed in my resignation to one of my jobs, and I'm actually going to be taking on YouTube pretty much full time. So that means I'm going to have extra days to be working on this, extra days to be working towards Song of the Elves, and extra days to be working on editing videos. So I want to start making these videos higher quality, a bit more cinematic, and a bit nicer for you guys to watch, not just looking like they're slapped together, but also I'm going to have more time to grind out the content. So thank you very much guys, this is all thanks to you and all of the support. It's absolutely sensational and amazing, and This has been my dream for as long as I can remember, so it's fantastic that I get a chance to live it, and I'm going to give it my best shot, and we're going to keep growing. So if you guys ever do want to support me, honestly, just like the video, drop that subscribe, leave a comment. You guys are amazing, and we're going to keep it up. We're only growing from here, and with the new quest requirements released, this account finally has a solid direction to go in, and we're going to take it there. So thanks for everything, guys. As usual, love you all. Cheers.